This tutorial describes how to record a commentary for your own home movie. You will require an inexpensive headset with an attached microphone. We will use one with 3.5mm stereo TRS plugs to connect to the microphone and earphones jack on the computer. You will also require a suitable audio recording program on the computer. Nero is a popular disk burning program, which also includes video editing and sound editing routines. Another excellent program is Roxio Media Creator, which has a similar suite of routines. Roxio download currently costs about $100 US. However, there can sometimes be a conflict between Roxio and Nero, and you may not be able to have both on your computer. Check that you don't already have Nero preloaded on the machine. Roxio has a simple capture menu with easy settings for recording and editing the resultant WAV file. Roxio also has the capability of mixing several audio tracks. You can of course use a number of other audio programs such as Adobe Audition. Adobe also has the capability of mixing several audio tracks plus editing and manipulating WAV files. Adobe Audition currently costs about $350 US. Audition is probably beyond the needs of most home users. Early editions, if you can get one, are very simple to access and use, but Windows 7 users need version 3 or later. Windows itself has the capability of recording sound, but it does not have any capability for manipulating and editing WAV files, which somewhat restricts its usability. The recorder can be found in the Accessories folder. We will be using Nero 12, but the procedures are much the same whatever program you use. Nero opens with this window. Assuming you already have your headset plugged in to the appropriate jacks, you go to the Nero command line and select Options and Device Settings. If a USB headset is being used, it will have its own built-in sound card, which have to be recognized as the input device. We are using a headset with 3.5mm TRS connectoids, which use the onboard computer sound card. The input device will therefore show as microphone. If using Windows 7, check the volume on the speaker icon in the system tray in the bottom right-hand corner of the computer screen. Click on it and select the mixer. Volume needs to be at 100%. The applications in use will show on the Nero window. If using Windows XP, the volume mixer will appear a little different. Now start by a left click on the red record button. Unless you have special requirements, you should leave the sample rate at 44,100 Hz, which is CD quality. Also leave the bit depth at the default, in this case 16 bits. Make sure the box for stereo recording is ticked, and then just left click OK. Next little pop-up window has a monitoring feature where you can test your setup. Speak a few words into the headset microphone. There should be a response in the little input indicator slots. Set the volume here so that the red and yellow bands don't go beyond the space in the slots. There should be a little unused space left when narrating normally. Don't be alarmed if only one slot registers. This only indicates that you are recording in mono, even though you have the stereo box ticked. Some headset microphones do not record in stereo sound. Unlike music, for commentary, mono sound is probably okay. The next step is to commence recording. When setting up to record your script, make sure it is complete and plan to record the entire script in one session. If you break up the script and record in several separate sessions, each time you put on the headset, the microphone is likely to be in a different position. This can have a significant impact on consistency of modulation and pitch in the final commentary. This is why a headset microphone combination is usually better than a standalone microphone. It is easier to ensure that the microphone is always at a consistent position relative to your mouth. The microphone should not be too close, say about 50 millimeters away, and slightly above or to the side is appropriate. That way you avoid breathing sounds when being recorded. It is important too to record in a quiet place, not subject to external sounds like road traffic or dogs barking. The microphone will pick up such sounds, particularly sharp, sudden noises, which spoil the recording and are very difficult to remove. Do not recite the dialogue at a conversational speed. Use a slower, measured rate of speech with pauses, particularly between sentences and paragraphs. Pauses can be removed or shortened later if necessary. When you click on the record button, you can monitor the progress with the timer indicator and the input level slots. Then when you have finished the script, you simply click the OK button and the resultant WAV file will be displayed. The window will usually display two channels representing a stereo recording. The command line offers a range of manipulating tools which are very useful if you understand all the terms, but most of them are not relevant to a basic commentary recording session. Unwanted sections of the recording can be easily deleted by a click and drag to highlight the selection and then go to Edit and Cut, which removes the section and shortens the file by a corresponding amount. Alternatively, you can go to Volume and Mute, which simply silences that section and leaves the file length unchanged. With Nero 12, you can only invoke tools immediately after a save. This prevents too many edits being made between saves, which in older versions often triggered an error pop-up and a crash of the program. It is a good idea to use a new file name with each save, which allows you to backtrack if necessary. You can insert additional commentary into the file by placing the cursor in the appropriate place on the WAV window where the new recording is to commence, and going back to the record button. You have to ensure that the option Insert into existing recording is selected. When finished, the new section will appear in the WAV display. This ends the tutorial.